Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. I'm your host Mike, and today I got some great Western movies to show you. These are over the span of the 50s and 60s, and I believe a couple in the 70s. And I want to spot, and these will all spotlight one actor. What can I say about this actor? I mean, he's a legend. He's just a icon of movies, Hollywood in general. Plus a lot of other things, but mostly he is known as the Western cowboy. Now, and he's almost everybody's favorite movie cowboy of all time. I would differ. I still have to say Randolph Scott maybe, or Joel McCrea gets forgotten in the whole thing. But the guy, you know who I'm talking about, John Wayne, the man that's bigger than life. I think he was 6'3" or something like that. He was a pretty big dude. He used to play football in the very late 20s. I think it was USC, played football. He was discovered by John Ford, more or less, who put him in a few movies and got him kind of started and everything. He worked with John Ford just briefly in the early 30s, and it wouldn't be until their relationship in 1939 with Stagecoach would it be blended together that would form a lifetime friendship, and almost like a father and son type of thing, but really good close relationship. So enough said about John Wayne. Let's look into some of these movies. Now, some of these are a few new ones. I came across some stuff on eBay. A couple of these I haven't been able to show, and I thought I would put it with this group. So it's got a good little mixture of John Wayne movies. Now, some of these are new, and some of these are pulled off the shelf, but these are all recommendations, and I think these additions will be pretty interesting to you. So let's get right to it. The first one is a release from Olive Films. People know their quality Blu-rays. They tend to be a little costly. They kind of retain their value too. So when you're trying to find used ones and stuff, they're still up there in value. So, but they usually have a really good standard of films, and they look good and everything. So, the first one I want to show is The Angel and the Bad Man. This is a 1947 Western starring John Wayne and the lovely Gail Russell, who would go on to have some really unfortunate events happening to her later on in her film career. But this came out in 1947. It's directed by James Edward Grant. It also co-stars Harry Carey Sr., Bruce Cabot, Irene Rich, and it was actually produced by John Wayne. I think this was one of the first ones. He started a production company. I'm not sure. Is this Bat Jack? I'm not sure. That was his. I don't think it's Bat Jack. But anyways, a great movie, classic. This movie's been in the public domain for a long time, so you will see crap out there, stacked on crap. There's no other way to put it. They're just really bad looking copies. I mean, I'm describing that to you because if you go and you find a $1 copy of this in the public domain and you buy it, you bring it home, and you're disappointed because you're ultimately going to be disappointed because they looked horrible. But this is more of a restored, cleaned up copy of it. I waited a while to get this. I was hoping the price would come down on it because I try to pinch my pennies sometimes. But yeah, I was totally fine with this. Really good edition. Great movie. What we're gonna say about it? It's just a great movie. Gail Russell is so good in this, and like I said, she had some ups and downs in Hollywood in her career with alcoholism and some other things. It wouldn't be until 1956 when John Wayne would recommend to Bud Boddicker to put Gail Russell in a movie called 7 Men From Now. It was going to be a movie with him and her and stuff, but ultimately it came down to Randolph Scott got the part. I think John Wayne was busy doing something else all of a sudden, and he recommended Randolph Scott. They were good friends and put him in there, and the rest is history, because that started a really good group of movies for Randolph Scott and Bud Boddicker. Boddicker, I never say his name right. That would go to the end of the 50s and stuff. Some classics like The Tall T and Ride Lonesome. But yeah, so anyways, great little thing, and she did really good in that movie, 7 Men From Now. So that's another great movie to check out. But there you go, Angel and the Bad Man. I guess I could go on and tell you a bunch about it, but I'm not. Let's get right to it. And speaking of public domain, this next movie was one that was languishing in the public domain for a long time, and it still is. Technically, if a movie is restored and they improve the soundtrack and they do some other things like that, then they can copyright that print again to protect it and everything. But other copies of it with the original soundtrack and is still considered public domain because they missed that window of getting it approved again. But this is a movie also that languished in the public domain for a while. This is a movie called MCClintock, and same situation, just years and years. I would see it on TV, would look pretty good, but then try to find a copy on DVD or something, and it would just look bad. And it's like one of those movies you don't even want to keep it because it just looks bad, you know. But a great movie, John Wayne. This was a very popular movie. Financially, it was a big hit. Been on TV for years. It stars Maureen O'Hara, and it's got his son Patrick Wayne in it. It's got a young Stephanie Powers, who would go on to be in Heart to Heart, the TV show. It's also got a good performance by Chill Wills, and a very small role by Yvonne DiCarlo, who would go on to be Lily Munster on the Munsters TV show. This is directed by Andrew V. McLaughlin. There's another name I'd tear up. Whose dad was Victor McLaughlin, who worked with John Ford a lot. So, but yeah, MCClintock. It's really good. This is a really good addition. I waited also with this for a while. It was in a card. This was new. This edition's been out for a while, but it just took me a while to get it. But this one's got an introduction by Leonard Maltin. It's got commentary. It's got 5 or 6 special supplements on here. So it's a really good addition to get for your library, especially if you're a fan of John Wayne and you don't have this already. Go ahead and grab it. Any budding Western fan should get this edition, this one, and add it to their collection, because this one's really good. This is through Paramount, and I think you can get it for about roughly $14 on Amazon. So yeah, there you go. Next up, this was something, long story short, the movie back in 2000, let's see, when did that come out? 2010. Forgetting stuff here. The Coen brothers. Are going to remake a Western classic, True Grit. So it came out in 2010. It was a big hit. Jeff Bridges got just accolades thrown at him. Big hit. And it came out on video. And of course, Paramount put out the original, the 1969 version with John Wayne on video again. They released it on DVD and stuff. I've had that DVD, and I'm not sure what happened to it. I still have a DVD version of True Grit. So this was a upgrade for me two Blu-ray for both of these, and this one has the 2010 and the 1969 versions of True Grit. So yeah, 2 discs, each one's on their own disc. Yeah, watch it and see who's good. I look at them as 2 different movies with a similar story, because Jeff Bridges is really strong in that performance, really good performance. And John Wayne, this is one of his most iconic performances as Rooster Cogburn. So yeah, check it out. And I waited a while for this too. I wanted it to come down in price and get it. I think I found it on eBay and got it for like $8, free shipping. So that I thought that was worth it. So there you go. There's True Grit, the John Wayne movie and the Jeff Bridges movie. Next up, this is a sequel more or less of True Grit. This is, I want to say 1976. 76. I'm checking, guys. Hang on. Okay, let's say it's 76. Sometimes these Universal movies, they don't put stuff on there, but this is Rooster Cogburn. This is more or less the follow-up sequel to True Grit, because it was such a big hit that John Wayne returned to the role, and Katharine Hepburn co-stars with him. So it was a big deal when it came out. This also was a big hit. You know, it's something that I grew up. It was on TV all the time. This time directed by Stuart Miller, and let me see, who directed the original? I think it was Henry Hathaway. Wasn't it Henry Hathaway? Man, they didn't. I wish they would have put on here. I want to say Henry Hathaway directed the original, but I might be wrong. But anyways, this is a great little follow-up. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it'll put a smile on your face. It's not the very best Western in the world. It definitely doesn't compare to True Grit, but a great little follow-up. It's a great little movie to put on, and it's a movie I've never had on home video, so I thought I'd pick that up. Rooster Cogburn. Next up is a movie also that I've never owned. I've seen it on TV for years and years and years. And this is a movie by John Ford. It's actually a remake of a movie that he made in the 20s called Three Bad Men. I think it was 1926 when it came out. And this is his remake in 1948. It's called Three Godfathers. And it stars John Wayne. It's got Harry Carey Jr. and Pedro Almodovar. Really good movie. They're starting to kind of show this during the holidays, during Christmas. It's kind of a parable, sort of like on the the three kings, the three wise kings, or something like that. They little comparisons there and stuff. But basically, 3 outlaws come across a baby, little newborn baby, and they're trying to care for it and get it across the desert or something. It's a little rusty. I need to put this in and watch it this year. But they basically care for this baby. They're redeemed for their bad ways, for doing a really good deed and stuff. So it's a really good movie. Really great. It's one of my John Ford movies that I haven't had already, so add it to my John Ford collection. So there you go, Three Godfathers. Next up, this is actually another new movie. This is a great movie from 1971. This is directed by Mark Rydell, and this is the Bluray, Warner Brothers Bluray, The Cowboys. This was really good. A lot of people, I heard about it, over the years. I think I saw it once on TV and liked it, but I didn't really remember it too well. So I went ahead and got it. $9 on Amazon. Great movie. John Wayne is an aging cattleman, a farmer. He's trying to get his herd of cows to market, basically doing a cattle drive. And everyone's saying, you're too old to do this, da da da. He's had all his help back out on him. He had a bunch of guys that were going to do the cattle drive with him. They backed out on him because they discovered gold nearby, so everyone's going to mine gold. And he's on a schedule. He's got to get these things there in a certain amount of time, like 2 weeks or something. He was on a deadline. And he ends up going to town and asking some younger people if they can participate and help him. He would pay him well and da da da. And he ends up with a bunch of like kids and teenagers, people ranging from 7 years old, 8 years old, all the way to like 19, 18 years old. And it's really, really good. It's a great movie. I'm really glad I upgraded or finally added this to my collection. It's really good. John Wayne is really great. I mean, people say, well, what's so good about John Wayne? You know, what was so good about him? I mean, this is a perfect example of his charisma and his acting abilities, and just, you know, John Wayne sometimes is like a favorite, you know, your chair that you sit in, or your favorite shirt you wear or something. It's just very comfortable. He's a very comfortable person and stuff. He's like a good old something, you know, treasure. He brings something to the picture. It's somebody you can return to. I mean, in his personal life, he's made statements and interviews and da da da. You know, and I'm not really sure. And that was a long time ago, and I'm not even really sure about a lot of stuff that he's said personally in his personal life. But on the screen, his acting, this is what I'm looking at. So there you go. The Cowboys is highly recommended. Mark Rydell directed that, 1971. And finally, guys, I upgrade. Well, this is not really an upgrade. I guess you could say this is a downgrade, but an upgrade. The movie I'm talking about is The Searchers. I had it on DVD for many, many years. I had it on Laserdisc. I have it on Laserdisc. And then at one point I upgraded it to Blu-ray. So then I had a DVD, Blu-ray, Laserdisc. And now this was a set that was really cheap. And this is called the Ultimate Collector's Edition of The Searchers. And it's on DVD. But it's so nice. It comes in this hardbound slipcase. It's a 2-disc set. It's just like the 2-disc regular DVD, but it's got all this artwork that's really cool. It's got all this artwork. Only thing about this is I bought this on eBay, and somebody must have stored this in a basement or a garage, because it has a little bit of that basement-y smell, if you know what I mean. The other thing, it comes with some stills, some photographs. It's got a reproduction of a letter between producers at Warner Brothers and the director, and it's got they're all typed like real, like, you know, the actual stuff. It's got some photographs. These are really nice. These are like 8x10, or not 8x10, but these are glossy 4x6 or 5x7 pictures, some stills, black and white stills from the production during it. It's really cool. I got this dirt cheap, so I thought, yeah, I'll upgrade. Why not? Or not upgrade, I'll get another edition of it. But yeah, it's got, and then this other thing it comes with, there's 3 little things in it. This is a copy of the booklet that you would get back during the big event, like the road show or something, where it tells about it. It's got all these copies of all the posters they used, all kinds of stuff. I forgot what this is called, but it's got newspaper clippings and all kinds of little things on here. Really cool. That, and then this is a miniature copy of a comic book that came out in 1956 called The Searchers. But it's basically The Searchers done in comic book form. It's really cool. It's actually kind of thick. So yeah, I mean, that was that. That's why, what really got me to, you know, get another copy of The Searchers. But there's actually another edition of Rio Bravo like this, that, you know, one day I'll probably get it, because it's real nice too. I love Rio Bravo, another great John Wayne movie. But there you go, The Searchers. That's what it looks like. Big box. It looks like leather, like a big leather case. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. That's just some John Wayne, some new John Wayne, some new ones I wanted to show you. The ones I got off my shelf was three Godfathers. What else did one of the other ones I got off the shelf, but a couple of those are all basically new stuff that I've added to my collection of Western stuff, which is vast nowadays, guys. I mean, it is growing out of proportion. I've got to get some new shelves and stuff like that to put some of this stuff in. So, but anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. As you can see, I'm getting ready for the holidays. All that good stuff. So you guys be safe out there. Don't forget to like this episode. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And a comment. I'd love to hear some comments from you. But otherwise, be safe, guys. Have a good holiday out there. And watch some John Wayne tonight. I think you will enjoy that. Watch three Godfathers. I think that it's going to be a new Christmas type movie. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike. Peace out. All that good stuff.